Alright, it's the 5th afternoon of the season. It's actually my 4th hunt. And I'm set up on a persimmon that I had intended on hunting opening afternoon. And when I got up here, somebody was parked in this road coming in here. And so I just backed out and went somewhere else. But I've never actually climbed here before. I probably found this tree 3 or 4 years ago. And I've come and checked it every year, and it's made every year. But I've never actually climbed on it because there's 2 more spots between here and where I park that are usually hot. And I've just hated to press this far back in here. But I made up my mind. Last season I came in here a little late after this had already dropped out and it was destroyed. And I made up my mind last season that I would hunt this year if it made. And it did. I can't really see the top of this tree, so I don't know how many are left up in it. But I could see a couple from the ground. If I just got in just the right position, I could see them silhouetted against the sky. And I have heard one fall while I was getting set up. I had to break my old lucky hat out. I've been trying to retire this thing for the last couple of seasons because it's just getting so worn. And it's like 13 years old. And but I have yet to see a deer from the tree. And I figured I'd bring it out of retirement and just see if it'll help me. Got a good wind. Set up good for the thermal too when the sun sets. So we're looking at probably 8 to 10 yard shot, maybe 12 or 14 if they're on the off side of the tree. And but should be right around the 10 yard mark. I'm gonna get settled back here, and we're gonna see if this old hat's got a little luck left in it. And if we can get one in here sideways under this tree, we're gonna run this razor sharp Treeshark through it. So let's sit back and see what happens. Squirrels just went to raising cane back here. And I looked up and saw a bobcat coming. I tried to catch him on the video, but he walked in behind some stuff before I could get the camera on. And I never saw him come out. It's real pretty though. Anyway. Alright, I just got down. I had a deer come in as I was getting ready to get down. I didn't hear anything all afternoon. I did have a coon come under me, and man, I didn't hear. He made extremely little noise. And but I didn't hear anything else, and I ended up getting down, or I ended up starting to get all my junk up, and I heard the slightest thing, and something was sliding in, so I got turned back around. Thankfully I hadn't already let my bow down. I try to let that be the last thing I do, but one come, just a silhouette started easing out up underneath that persimmon tree. And I shot, I don't know what it was I shot, Of course, I lost my arrow immediately, but it sounded good and the deer crashed off. And I'm 99% sure I heard it crash. And but anyway, we're fixing to follow this blood trail right here. It was standing right here somewhere. But got first blood right here on this. Try to keep my light off the camera. But I got this blood on these palmettos right here. The blood coming through here. Right here. And Treeshark just don't play. Blood right here. Big blotch right here. Blood right here. Goodness gracious. All up right here. All right there. Where you at? There, I'm off of it a little bit. Here's my arrow. Pulled out. And blood trail is 4 foot wide. Good reason having them reflectors on there. Let me stub this in my quiver. Alright, pick it back up here. You see all them bubbles in that? Extremely wide. I hope y'all can see this. I can see it good right now with the headlight, but when I try to watch it back on the video, I never can see it. Alright, look at this right here. There's a white belly. A white belly right there. She went through there, but we're gonna go the easy way. Where it come out. I'm gonna get set up real quick and we'll do show and tell. Alright, I finally got the season started off. I don't know what's going on with these deer on these persimmons this year. Everything seems strange. There's nothing coming in. I've actually sat on one tree that never dropped a persimmon. I don't know if it's the drought we're kind of in right now that maybe shut down the drop, although the tree I was on this afternoon dropped either 5 or 6 while I was up there. I did have a deer come in yesterday afternoon, almost identical to this one, except just a little bit later, and it got, I don't know, it sounded like 10 to 15 yards from the tree, and must have got a whiff of me or something, and it spooked on off. I don't know that I could have shot it if it had come on in there. It was so close to being too dark. But they just ain't coming in like they normally do. My buddy Robert Carter killed a deer on Water Oaks, I think a couple of days ago, and 3 days ago. And I actually ran and checked and found a pretty hot water oak today. I'm wondering if the oak starting to drop is already pulling the deer off of the persimmon. But anyway, I'm tickled to get this sucker and get the ice broke. Looks like my old lucky hat paid off. And I'm gonna go ahead and get her in the bag and get her out of here. This is bow kill number 180. And this is number 132 traditional, and this is number 74 with the Centaur. The shot, I didn't say, I don't think I mentioned the shot was about, I think it was about 12 yards, and she didn't go far. Awful blood trail, probably 4 foot wide in places, and if I had to guess, she might have went 50 yards. And I'm gonna get her in the bag and get her out of here, and hopefully we can do this again before too long.